Hello everybody, how are you going? And welcome to You Know You're Dating an Australian Woman When. Now look, we've checked out a couple of these before, both from the perspective of the Australian man, a Canadian man, even the Canadian woman, but how does the Australian woman compare?
You must be Tom.
Thomas, actually.
Oh.
You must be Meg.
Yeah. Tomo, you look even better than the photo.
So do you.
How are you? I mean, I'm good. Oh, you're good. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, I just caught a bus here, and then I caught a streetcar, and a subway here. I'm parched.
All right, let's get you a drink.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking something cheap. Something with high percentage. I'm just going to get a jug of beer.
The picture?
Whole jug.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just to herself, I'm sure. Let's just see what it says. Social and confident. She will have no problem asserting herself on a date. Oh, love of a chat and a sense of humor is key. I mean, that's certainly something that he seemed to be lacking, or, I mean, he wasn't lacking. He hasn't exactly had the chance to display that yet because, well, she's just been railroading from the start, just going, yep, I'm good. How are you? I don't really care. Yes, I did this and this and this and this and this. It's honestly just speedrunning the entire introductory experience so you can skip all the nonsense, go, how are you? Don't care. Let's just get straight down to either the beer, the cruiser, the cocktail, or maybe even some champagne. It's kind of all the C's and then beer. And look, of course, off the bat, we do have to preface this entire video with the fact that it isn't going to be just a cookie cutter, every single person fits this box, but it's always interesting to see from an outside perspective because I believe these are Canadian videos or at least North American videos, and so they are made from that perspective, and so I can understand how if you are going, okay, well, maybe they do love a chat, or maybe they don't have a sense of humor in comparison, whatever it may be, it is always has to be taken with a grain of salt, but it's also interesting to see. However, I do think that my favorite part was how quick she was to just dismiss or not listen, or maybe just not even care about his naming preferences, because you came up when, hi Tom, and then it was very quickly to go, no, my name is Thomas, thank you. You would just assume that that is exactly what someone would want to be called, and then 2 seconds later, it's Tomo.
Hi.
What would you like to drink?
I'm just gonna get like a jug of beer, maybe like cheapest.
Okay, perfect.
Actually,
Okay.
Where's your accent? It's so lovely. Oh, thanks. I'm Australian, so I'm just here traveling for a bit.
Okay, like 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, a bit longer. I mean, I started in Thailand, went to Bali, then I just went to Europe, did 26 countries. I just came from Hungary and then Iceland. So just got here, so it's been like 12 months, a year. I've got like another 6 months, and then we'll just see how my funds go and things like that.
Wow, that's a bit.
Yeah, for a bit. Have you got any traveling plans?
Yeah, I'm going to Mexico for a week.
Oh, sweet. A week. That's awesome.
I'll be back with your drink order.
man.
It's really short. She's an idiot.
Clearly not
She's
long
an
enough.
idiot.
Wow, well, I guess, like I said, this is certainly not going to be a cookie cutter one-size-fits-all because there are a lot of people that, well, for one, cannot afford to be traveling for that kind of ridiculously extended periods of time. To be fair, I do know quite a few people that do like to escape the winter and they just go to Europe or the America or islands, whatever it may be. They do like to get out and about, but hers was a little bit more extreme than anyone else's that I've ever heard of. Hang on a second, I'm just reading that last little paragraph there going, mostly it is because they live far, make tons of money, and really make the most out of their travel. I mean, yes, in terms of making the most out of their travel, living really far makes sense. You're going, okay, well, tickets are really expensive. Let's just say to go to Europe, it might be $2,000 or whatever it may be at the time of the year and whatever you want to be flying with. But at the same time, making tons of money, I guess that's just relative to where you're going to be going, because if you're living in Australia, you're not making tons of money relative to where you're living. Yes, Australia does have, I guess, Southeast Asia and some of the island countries just at its doorstep as well, comparatively to so many other people, but even to go to Japan, which is on the same time zone as Sydney, it's a long way away and the flight is not cheap, and so for people just to be going all over the place, it adds up very quickly. You can't just duck across to, even to France. Like if you're living in the UK and you're going to France, it's so cheap. It is so cheap. We have nothing like that. So yeah, sure, Australia very well may have one of the highest average salaries in the entire world, but that doesn't mean that after plane tickets and conversion rates and everything else, that it just automatically means that they can travel for a long time. And if they are going to be traveling for a long time, it's not just on a whim. It's planned in terms of they've taken time off uni, or they're not at uni, or they've taken time off work, or they're not working, they're not renting, they're not paying all those kind of bills, they might have sold their car. If they're going to be going committed to a long time vacation, holiday, whatever it may be, it's down for the long haul, and that is a very different thing to just going to Mexico for a week.
Problem for my stuff.
Guys, stop. You guys see my thumb? It's just the one thong that's got white on the front, pink, really pretty. Wear them all the time. Oh,
Fair enough.
I'm wearing it. It was in my back pocket. You guys keep on partying. Yeah.
Classic.
Oh, cool. How you going?
I'm not going. I'm staying here.
He's funny. Yeah. Now, how's it? You know what I
I
miss?
can understand.
My Barbie.
There we go. All of the slang. Get used to Aussie lingo if you want to date her. You will hear a lot of it. And to be fair, I guess that is going to be a thing. There is going to be a spectrum of people and how much they use it. Let's just say you get someone that is perhaps a little bit more cultivated. They will most likely use less slang. But in comparison, then if you just get someone that's from the country, honestly, I feel as though it's just going to be what it has to be. You will hear a lot of it as it says. Like, when it comes to slang, I feel as though there are some things that you should just be able to deduce based on the context. It's like, okay, she was wearing one flip-flop, if you want to be calling it that, on her foot. She is probably asking about the other one. I mean, I can understand why it might catch you off guard originally, but you can surely just work things out. Barbie, I mean, I guess that one is a little bit more weird, especially if you are just sitting on the couch just going, hang on a second, do you mean the Barbie or Barbie and Ken? What do you mean here? But really, how are you going? I feel as though surely people can just understand what that means. Yes, it very well may not be the dictionary meaning of the words, but surely together you can figure out, especially if you were just meeting someone and someone goes, how you going? I just feel as though it's just so automatic, but maybe I'm just wrong.
Super nice day outside. You ready to go to the beach?
Oh, yeah, almost.
Okay. All right.
On the wall.
Ready?
Yeah, almost. Just another layer. It's only 30 plus.
That's not how that works.
Looks not gonna read itself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh.
It smells like home. Right. Okay, yeah, it's always a weird one to me, and I can't exactly feel as though I've noticed the difference when I've ever been overseas, but sun in North America equals happiness. Sun in Australia, lots of sunscreen due to the hole in the ozone layer, because otherwise it will give you sunstroke and heat stroke and everything else in between. If you are out in the sun for too long, you will get sick, so to say. It can actually poison you to that degree, but conclusions, she will be much more careful when it comes to going out in the sun. And to be honest, I wouldn't say that that is a negative thing whatsoever. Yes, Australia has the highest skin cancer rates of any country in the world, and there is still a reason for that, because people just, don't do what she does on a daily basis. They're out in the sun, either working or just playing in the sun all day, just getting cooked, fried, whatever you want to call it. But man, does it just do some serious damage. So if she, or honestly anyone from Australia, is promoting a positive mindset about sun protection, that is nothing but a good thing. You know, we have slip, slop, slap, slide, seek. There might be another one because they just keep adding them. But like I said, no matter where you are in the world, the sun can give you more than just happiness. It can give you many, many things, especially long term. And so if you are going to be enjoying the sun, going to the beach, whatever it may be, just respect the amount of power that it can have, because it can turn on you in the blink of an eye.
Okay, bye, baby.
Bye.
Yeah, have a good day. Okay, I'm going.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Okay, I'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
I'm so confused.
Okay, I'll see you soon.
Say that for all 4 seasons. In Canada.
Oh my god, it's like freezing out there. It's like -10 today. It's insane. Definitely rug up, huh?
Rug up. Puts a single scarf on.
Done my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
There we go. Australia lacks real seasons, so while she's probably excited for winter, she doesn't know what real winter really entails. Winter is coming, and to be fair, especially if you were just going to be living in maybe Perth or Brisbane, that is definitely going to be a thing. I mean, Melbourne knows what a winter is, not like a snowy winter, but they know that it comes around because it gets cold and windy compared to just windy and hot. However, I'm just not too sure if I fully agree with this, because even though, yes, she may be a little bit naive in her expectations of body warmth, she's going, okay, yeah, I did come back 5 minutes later because I needed a jacket. At the same time, every single person in winter wears a down jacket, and it's if that's below 17 degrees. And to be fair, coming from an Australian summer to an Australian winter, it can be fair enough. But by the same metric, if an Australian from Brisbane is going outside and seeing snow, or just out their window and seeing snow, I think they're going to be going, yeah, it's probably not t-shirt weather. We probably do just need the down, the beanie, the leggings, maybe some long socks, just extra jackets, thermals underneath, because you're not going to be used to it. And people know that snow is cold, and if they've never seen it because they've lived in Brisbane their entire lives, they're going to have a bit of a shock, but they're going to be ready for that shock, I feel as though, because they've seen it in movies. They know how cold it could be. Now, like I said, that doesn't necessarily mean that they immediately enact that knowledge into their clothing, but they will learn very quickly, because they're just not going to be ready for -10, -5, anything below 10, honestly. Even, it's just not going to be a goer.
Okay, need any help?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I need a 17mm bit and a socket wrench.
You tell us, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one's 19. I need 17.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm changing your spark plugs, okay? You're gonna love me.
Fair enough. And speaking of mine, well, look, I guess I do not have the entire third-person perspective, and that is exactly what this video is for, but man, by the same metrics, I just do not feel as though this can just be painted in broad strokes. There are plenty of people, man, woman, whatever, that do not know how to change spark plugs. It's not just a given that they're just going to be able to just be a mechanic or whatever else it may be, taking care of things on her own. So it just boils down to the fact that many Australians may very well be fairly independent in what they're doing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are entirely autonomous in their entire lives. Like, just to be a mechanic and an engineer and a plumber and a real estate agent and a finance department and everything all in one. They might try, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they can actually do it. So it then just becomes a situation like anywhere else in the world where you shouldn't be assuming, you shouldn't be pushy, you shouldn't be anything like that, but more than happy to just lend a hand and hopefully bring the right socket when they're asked.
You should check if they have skydiving. I haven't been skydiving since I was like 15.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have my book though, I don't think we can skydive with the book.
Oh, okay. Do you like hiking?
Yeah.
Great, because I found this active volcano we can go to the middle of. Oh, actually, no. I just read that someone died there. We have to do that. We have to do this. They like fell off the roof into the volcano. Idiots.
No thanks. Interesting. Once again, I guess it's just coming from an outside perspective, but yeah, the more you know, I guess. Australian women are not only outdoorsy, but they tend to have a daredevil streak in them. Don't be surprised if your expectations of vacation are slightly different, except for the drinking, of course. I mean, and I can't exactly say I've ever heard of anyone that wants to walk to the top of an active volcano. I don't even know where you would do that in North America, but the top of an active volcano because someone fell in. That just sounds a little bit too unstable in so many ways of the word.
Our last game against the Leafs right now.
Hey, guys. I've got an idea.
Ping pong?
Where did she get that?
Beer pong.
Here we go, here it is. Last one for the win. You buggers. I wish you never lived again. Yes! Say!
Too experienced.
Yeah! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Oh man. Her version of a party is much more easygoing, casual, and probably involves some drinking games. Like I said, I was wondering if it was going to be table tennis and she was just going to crush them at it, or if she was just going to then venture down the beer pong route as well, and I guess once again just crush them at it, because like I said, she is well too experienced at just getting that perfect dart throw, whether it's bounce, no bounce, whatever it may be. But of course, then they just had to go and reinforce the stereotype even more by saying, oh, and did we mention that she has no qualms about drinking whatever is on the table? And that is definitely going to be a personal preference thing, and I guess some people are going to be saying, well, as long as it's free, and other people are going, no, keep me out of it. But that's just going to be a worldwide thing as well. It just might be slightly skewed with the bell curve moves. However, I do absolutely love the look of horror on the guy in the red shirt's face when he just has to ask,
Where did she get that?
where did she get that? And so they've been through all of this before. They were trying to just talk about the Leafs and all the hockey games, but no, beer pong takes priority no matter what. And he knows it, or honestly, both of them know it as they just exchange that glance, just going, what have we just gotten ourselves into? We've done this before, we've been through this before, and it didn't end well. Regardless though, I still do believe that these videos are a great resource to have just to gain that third person perspective, whether it's about your country or another country. At least you can just either have your mentality challenged and just go, okay, maybe I do just have this difference, or maybe it just can reinforce the entire idea and the stereotypes that you had already as well. Whatever it is, it's just a secondary opinion that you can't knock completely.